Welcome back to another day of the budget boot camp. I want to go over a couple things today. One of the main things I want to talk about is psychology, because psychology is very important with trading. Of course, you hear it all the time. It's 80-90% of trading is psychology. I hate to be the guy to tell you, but it's very true. You do have to have good psychology. Having a great strategy, of course, that's great. But if you don't have the psychology to actually hold these trades or kind of be able to take a loss and continue trading the exact same way over and over again, then you're going to be fucked, like literally. So psychology is important. We're going to talk about that. We're talking about what we're going to be doing with the next live stream. Tomorrow's live stream will be regular, 7 p.m. All right. But the following day, which would actually be Thursday, we're going to be doing a New York session, live trading session, live stream, which means you guys are going to be with me while I trade NASDAQ. We're already up. We're going to go over it right now, but we're already up really big this week on NASDAQ. If you guys are not in the NASDAQ signal room, then you don't really know what I'm talking about. But I've been sending out NASDAQ signals to a private group that I kind of did at the beginning of October now, or the beginning of September, and now the beginning of October as well. It's not open to the public at all. So you guys who are interested in that, I apologize, it's not open. But we're up like 6,000, I think, 6,000, 7,000 pips so far this month. Last month, we ended up closing at 14,000. So just been killing it. So we're going to actually be live trading that. Of course, don't always expect just because we're doing a live trading session on one random day doesn't mean we're going to have a winning signal. But the main purpose of it is for you guys to actually sit there, watch it, really learn from it, and kind of see what the process is, what I go through mentally when trading. I don't want you guys to go on there and risk your entire accounts or anything. That's not what we're doing. We're live trading in a sense of I'm teaching you guys exactly how I trade and kind of going through the mental process of it. So again, that's going to be Thursday morning London session, which is about 6:30 a.m. Pacific time. So be there, man. That's going to be a big one. You don't really want to watch the stream of that. You want to be there live. So try and be there. Okay. Yeah. A couple of you guys are already in that room. And I see you guys pretty much talking about how you made a shit ton of money, which is good because that's what we've been doing. Now, let's get into a little lesson, man, about psychology. Here's the thing. Psychology is very important. Okay. When it comes to trading, losing is normal. You're going to lose. Okay. Going on a losing streak is normal. You're going to go on losing streaks, but it's not about, the losing streak or how much have you lost that makes you the trader. It's how you come back from those losses or how you handle those losses. Now, you got to be a trader who could take, 2 or 3 losses in a row and still be able to come back and continuously use the same strategy. What I mean by that is if the strategy / setup is not there, you're not going to take that trade. You took 2 losses in a row. Don't chase that trade. You cannot do that. And I cannot stress this enough. You cannot chase trades. Just because, once again, you lost a couple trades in a row, do not go chase the markets looking for setups because you want your money back. You cannot do that. Okay, that's step number 1. Now, step number 2. It's not really a step, but it's tip number 2. Okay. When actually trading and taking these trades, no matter what the setup is, obviously we're looking at breakouts in this instance, but no matter what it is, you cannot risk more percentage to gain previous percentages that you lost. Now, what I mean by that is, let's say you have $1,000 account and you're down $700. That next trade that you take, you cannot try and get that $300 back because a lot of people do that. It's actually a big, big mistake that a lot of traders make is they chase not just trades, but they chase those profits back. So if you lost 150 on one trade and 150 on the second trade, then your third trade, you should still be risking the same amount. You should not up your percentage and start trying to put in, if you're doing a 0.10, don't try to put a 0.25, 0.30 to get all that money back. It's not worth it. Because if that one loses, then instead of losing 150, you're going to lose like $300-400. Now you're really down bad. So the biggest tip I can give you guys, don't chase trades and do not chase profits. What I mean by that, again, don't go for what you lost just in one trade. Do what you've been doing. Keep risking 5% of your account. All right. Now, with that being said, you're going to lose we all lose. We take L's. Like even in my NASDAQ group, we've taken a couple L's. It's very rare. I actually don't think we've had one day. I think we had 1 or 2 days last month that was a losing day. In general, usually when we lose, we come back with a re-entry and we win. But again, if you do the strategy the right way, the way I'm teaching you guys, it's gonna be very hard for you to lose anyways. Okay. So if you are losing a lot of trades in a row, but you need to take a step back, get on the demo, practice some more, keep working towards your goals because you shouldn't be losing that much. It's just not with this strategy. It's not how it works. But again, if you do go on a 2, 2, 3 losing streak, that's okay. That's normal too. So keep that in mind. But I'm talking about 5, 6, 7 losses. Then it's like, okay, you're just chasing trade. At that point, you're chasing trades for sure. You definitely don't want to do that. Okay. Now, another thing that I can't stress to you guys enough, that's going to go hand in hand with psychology is, of course, risk management. Now, if you're going to risk 3% per trade, then you continuously risk 3% per trade. There's no such thing as the markets are moving better today than they were yesterday. I'm going to risk 6% per trade. You don't want to do that because at the end of the day, you're messing with your own psychology. Okay. So the last thing you want to do is swap around not just the percentages that you're risking, but the strategy that you're using, the sessions that you're trading during. Okay. And all that good stuff. If you're trading GJ during London session, always trade GJ during London session, meaning you take a couple losses, you're done for the night. Don't wake up the next day. Oh, there's a good GJ setup, even though it's 2 p.m. It's not even London session. Just don't take that trade. Stick to your trading plan. Stick to that session guideline that you've been following and don't change it up. Because yes, there might be times where, there's a setup during New York session that does look good and maybe it does play out, but that's not going to happen every time. Okay. So don't focus on other sessions. And this goes back to my main point, chasing trades. Okay. Stick to your sessions, stick to those couple losses per night at the most, if that's what you want to stick to. I would say 2. If you want to do 3, I mean, you could do 3, but I say 2 losses at the most, and then you stop. Okay. Stick to all those things. Now, another big tip that I can give you guys, what was I was just thinking about it. It was a good one. Yeah, that one slipped my mind. It was a good one. It'll come back to me for sure. Okay. Is there any questions you guys have on, the psychological aspect of trading? Like anything that you guys have noticed happens to you when trading that it kind of fucks with your mental, or things that you just can't grasp and you keep losing because of it? How/when do you compound? Yeah, we're gonna talk about withdrawing and stuff too in a minute, but I pull out too early. So here's the thing. Pulling out, yeah, that's the thing is, if you're taking out profits too early or you're closing your trade too early, you're gonna have problems. The biggest thing I could tell you is obviously we don't have a set take profit, but you just got to trail your stop loss. Like I've been trying to teach you guys, trail it a decent amount, but don't be too aggressive with it. If it comes back and it hits your stop loss, that's it. That's not really you getting out too early. You followed your trading plan and it got hit. But again, trail your stop loss, but don't be too aggressive with it. Okay. Maybe stay back at least 2 candles, right? Give it 10 minutes, right? 2 candles, and then go to that next candle. Someone said they're still having troubles with the breakouts. They don't know if they should be breaking out or they should be waiting for a breakout to the upside or downside. So that's very simple. Again, you start with market structure. Is market structure bullish or bearish? If you are overall trending to the upside, you only look for buy breakouts. That's it. Don't look for sells. Again, you only look for sells if you're in bearish market structure. Now, there's times where as it's breaking out, you are going to actually switch market structures. That's okay to sell or buy in those opportunities. But again, it's very rare that you're going to find a counter trend trade. A lot of the times you want to just stay in that bullish or bearish market structure and look for buys or sells according to what market structure you're in. So that's how you know if you're looking for buys or sells. Market structure is key. Other than market structure, it's just a breakout of a support or resistance, which means there has to be a support or resistance that's created. You don't just market structure is bullish, it's moving up. Let me take this buy. You got to find that resistance first before you take that buy. And you got to find that support first before you take that sell. If it's not there, you don't trade. You're going to have days where you don't trade. That's another huge psychology lesson. There's going to be days where you don't trade. You see what I'm trying to say? Like, you get on there, there's no, like, you're in a bearish market structure, price is moving without you, there's no support. Just don't take a sell just because you're like really pushing it. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna go over today's NASDAQ setup as well. Letting profit go into negative. I don't know what you mean. How many trades a day do you take on NAS? I take one. One trade, sometimes a re-entry, but I don't take more than one trade. Very, very, very rarely. What time would you say you catch these GJ trades during London? It just depends. It could be an hour before London or 2 hours into London. It just depends. The latest time that I'll trade during New York session, that's a good question. I've traded as late as 10 a.m., which would be about, for me, give or take 3.5 hours into New York session. I don't recommend trading any deeper than that, though. I really don't. I don't recommend trading 4.5, 5 hours after. I wouldn't recommend getting in that trade. You're already risking it if you get in 11. So yeah, 10, 11, 12. It would be 1 p.m. Eastern time would pretty much be the latest. No, not 10 p.m. It would be 10 a.m. Pacific time, because we're talking about New York session. What's the earliest you'll trade New York session? So New York session starts at 6:30 a.m. New York time, or I'm sorry, not New York time. Pacific time. New York time would be 9:30 because it's Central time. Okay, so 9:30 a.m. Central time is the start. Now, as far as I'm gonna go, no, it's not. Is that Central time? No, not Central. I'm sorry. EST. What is EST again? What does it stand for? Eastern. I'm sorry. Not, yeah, exactly. Not Central, Eastern time. I think Central is 2 hours ahead of me. So 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. Yeah, Central is 2 hours. Okay. So someone said, how early will I trade it? I'll trade it an hour before. I try not to go too early because there's not a lot of volume, but I'll trade it an hour before. So 5:30, 6:30-ish Pacific time. That's pretty much as early as I'll go. Yeah, 8:30. 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. Too many time zones. Now, oh, that's what I was going to say too. Somebody asked about withdrawing. So here's how it's going to go. Here's how I did it and how you should do it. Okay. I'm going to use a 10K account for reference. I don't know what you guys have. Okay. Let's say you got a $10,000 account. You're risking 5% per trade. Okay. You're risking $500 per trade and you're averaging a $1,500 win. Now, if you could turn that 10K account into about $15,000, which you should be able to do, that should only be about 4 trades because you might have a loss, 3 wins, or whatever it takes. Okay, 15K. Now you turn your 10K into 15K, or you took your 1K into 1,500, or however you want to look at it. So from that point on, I mean, the thing is, you have to figure out where your bottom is, right? And what I mean by that is, what are you okay depositing and never touching? So if you want a $10,000 account, let's say you want to make $3,000 a month. Understand that you, with a 10K account, you got to be able to make 30%. That's going to be $3,000. Okay. So first thing you got to do is understand, how much do you need per month? All right. Do me a favor in the chat. Let me know how much you guys need per month for your bills to survive. What is the number you need? I'm talking about you need, not to have fun with, to pay your bills, have a little extra just in case, and be happy per month. Someone said $500. I don't know where the fuck you live, but I didn't think rent got that low. So I see 5K and 3K. 4K, 3K. Okay. So a lot of people saying average numbers. 5 to 6K, 3,500. Okay, man, these are super good numbers. These are very, very easy numbers to achieve. And I'm talking about you can achieve these with motherfucking funded accounts and shit. Which, by the way, I think I got a funded company coming out soon. Clarity Forex funding is gonna be part of the app. I think it's gonna be a hit. It's gonna be cheap as fuck too. Anyways, so a lot of people are saying like anywhere from 2 to 5,000. So let's just say you need $3,000 to survive. Let's say you need $5,000 to survive, around that, right? If you tell me right now, Mamba, I need $5,000 to survive, I'm gonna trade just like you. Okay, get the percentages you get. How much money do I need? I would tell you like this: you need $10,000 because I expect you to catch 30 to 60% per month on a bad, very bad month. And if you're laid back, all right. Now, me personally, with $10,000, right? I can legit probably turn 10,000 into in 1 month. Trying to think what I'll play with the lots and stuff. I'll probably turn 10,000 into $50,000, $60,000 in a month, every single month. But if you want to, play it laid back, you're just starting out 30 to 50% because you're still getting that psychology, all that good stuff. Well, then a $10,000 account is going to get you there. It's going to pay your bills instantly, right? And remember, we're going to talk about how you can compound 20, 30, 40, 50 bucks and turn it into $10,000. But again, right now, the question is to pay your bills today, right? $10,000. I'm going to say 30, 60%. Now to do so, and you're risking 5%, which is 500 bucks, and you're averaging, let's say, a 1 to 3. Even though with this strategy, you probably average a 1 to 4, 1 to 5. I'll say 1 to 5, but we'll say a 1 to 3. We're going to be very laid back here. So you're losing 500 bucks. You're gaining 1,500 bucks per trade. You're taking about maybe 1 to 2 trades a day. Really, for this to work out and for you to pay your bills with a $10,000 account, whether it's funded or a regular account, you literally only have to win maybe 4 trades in the month. 4 trades in the month. Okay, because that's $6,000. Now, that's if you don't lose at all. Of course, you're going to lose as well. So let's say you take maybe 1 or 2 losses a week. So you're losing about $1,000 a week. You're probably going to win maybe, let's say, 3 or 4 times, catch about 6,000 per week, lose about 1,000 per week. So you have like $5,000 a week. You could easily make $20,000 just trading 5 times a week. 3 wins, maybe 4, and 2 losses. It's that easy. Like, it's not that hard. So again, a $10,000 account can get you to $5,000 to $6,000 per month. Stupid easy. And with what I show you guys, what I'm teaching you guys, when you do master this strategy, you should be able to turn $10,000 into $50,000 in a month. And as crazy as that shit sounds, it's legit. Anybody in my NASDAQ group will tell you, like, we win so much. Like, our win percentage is like 80. I think win percentage this month is like, I think we're 5 and 6 or something. But anyways, it's like 85%, which 85% is cool, right? You'd rather have a higher percentage, you might say. 85% on 1 to 4s. I'm talking about 85%. And those 85% winners are 1,000 pips. The 15% losers are only 250 pips. Someone said we're 6 and 6 this month. Well, there it is. This is the strategy I'm teaching you guys. We're going to go over this too. We're going to actually live trade this in a couple of days. Okay. But again, $10,000 laid back, super laid back. What's that going to do for you? It's going to get you about $5,000 or $6,000 a month on a terrible week, a terrible month, I should say. But if you actually take what I'm teaching you and do it the right way, catching 1 to 4s, 1 to 5s, you probably turn 10,000 into 30,000 on average per month. Now, again, you got to get to $10,000 first. So that's what else we need to talk about, is how you can flip these small accounts. That's what this budget bootcamp is really about. I taught you guys the strategy, a very simple strategy. We'll go over it more. Okay. We haven't lost 1 day yet. Why are all these trades winning so much? I don't know. Because I know what I'm doing. Ooh. I really do. I mean, fuck. Turn $800 into $2,700 so far in the NAS signals. There you go. $800 to 2,700. It's been a week. So there it is. Yeah, I really trade like that though. It's just, yeah, I don't get that much respect online, but when it comes to trading, I'm a god. But again, we gotta talk about how you can get to $10,000. Let's say you got $20, $30. Okay. With this strategy, it's very important how you take your first few trades. These got to be very, very accurate, tight stop loss trades. You got to get out quick. You don't have a lot of time. I mean, you have a lot of time. You don't have a lot of money to lose. We're going to start with about $30. So you got $30 account and you want to risk $5 per trade. Now we're going to catch about a 1 to 5 using this strategy like I showed you guys. So you lose $5 or you gain $25. Okay. If you have a $30 account, which is a good one to start with, right? Let's say we start with $30. You're risking $5. Remember, you can only lose 6 times. You lose 6 times, your account's gone. You shouldn't lose 6 times in a row. Let's say you lose a couple trades in a row. You're down to $20. Stick to that strategy. Keep using the same exact technique. Risk 5, and we're going to keep trailing our stop loss, looking for $25 wins. If you take a couple losses in a row and you're down at $20, then you take just one win. Again, you're adding in 1 to 5. That's $25 to your account. You took a $30 account and turned it into $45 just based off of 2 losses and only 1 win. What the fuck is on my shit? Okay. The most important thing that I could really preach to you guys in the very beginning is you got to be level-headed. Don't let your psychology ruin anything. When I say you got to be level-headed, I mean you got to relax. Take these trades like you would take it if it was your demo account. How many of you guys in here, just by a show of numbers, just put number 1 if you agree or 2 if you disagree? How many of you guys do better on demo accounts? Okay, 1 meaning you do a lot better on demo accounts. 2 meaning it's the same shit. A couple 2s, but a lot of 1s. Okay. Now check this out. A demo account is the same fucking thing as a real account. Nothing, and I tell you nothing in the market changes unless you're on a shitty broker that's fucking you. That's different. Nothing in the market changes whether you're on demo or real. So if you've ever had a successful week, a successful month, a successful anything on a demo account, you could have had that same month, same week on a real live account. So you got to really ask yourself, why am I doing so good on demo, but when I go to a live account, I'm not doing good anymore? It's not the broker. It's not the markets. It's you. You got to look at yourself. It's you. When you can learn to trade a real account as if it doesn't matter, as if it's a demo account, you're going to start to see major success. The fact that this many of you guys have already had major success on a demo account shows that you can have major success on a real account, because it's, like I said, it's the same exact, nothing changes. Literally nothing changes except your mindset. So you have to start just relaxing, understanding that losing is a part of it. You got to stop freaking out and closing too early. A lot of people that I've seen trade, especially when they first start, you know what they do? They'll take their losses. They ain't got no problem taking a loss. I'll take my loss. But they don't take their wins. Now, what I mean by that is they don't let the wins accumulate to anything. I lost $10 on my last trade. You take another trade. Oh, I'm up $6. I'm up $8. Holy fuck. Let me close real quick. You just closed less profit than you did a loss. A lot of people do that. When I say a lot of people, I mean a lot of people do that. I'm going to say probably 90% of upcoming traders do that. You cannot do that. You just can't. Okay? You just can't. Let's say you have that $30 account. Tell yourself right now, if I lose all 30 of this, I'll deposit another 30 fucking dollars. It doesn't matter. It's $30. You have 6 chances. If you're risking $5 per trade, you have 6 chances, 6 losses in a row till you're at 0. Okay. So what if you take 2 losses back to back? So what? All it takes is 1 to 5, and I showed you guys you can actually catch 1 to 20s, 1 to 30s on here and recoup 10 times what you just lost. Okay. I know a lot of you guys sit here, trade demo, and you just you feel good. You're not thinking. That's what it comes down to. Stop thinking so much. You only got to think about one thing. Is it a fucking breakout or not? Is the trade breaking out while you're bearish? Is the trade bullish and you're breaking to the upside? Is that what's happening? And if it's what's happening, take your buy position and just trail your stop loss. Stop using your mind and your heart to trade. Just trail your fucking stop loss every couple candles. That's it. Just keep trailing your stop loss like I've showed you guys. Don't think about it. Don't, and this is a big tip for you guys. Don't ever look at the money. Don't go to the trade tab and look at how much you're up or how much you're down. Go based off the candles. If the candle drops 30 pips, well, then put your fucking stop loss 20 pips in the profit. Give yourself a 10 pip window for it to move on. But don't go and see what that account's at right now, because you're going to probably want to close if you're up. If you're up anything that's more than what your last loss was, or whatever the case may be. Okay. If you lost $5 on your last trade, you should be going for 30 bucks on your next trade. Trailing your stop loss is going to make sure you don't lose. If you're up 30 bucks on your next trade, right? Let's say you're at whatever it is, a 1 to 5, 1 to 6. Okay. I wouldn't close. I wouldn't close it because you're up 1 to 6. I would trail your stop loss because that 1 to 6 can actually become a 1 to 20. Okay. You never really know. Does the broker matter too? I got IG Forex feels like leverage. I don't know. The Forex broker, I mean, it just depends. It shouldn't really, if you're with a good broker, it shouldn't matter. Obviously, I trade on Athens personally. I'm okay trading unregulated. I'm okay because of the leverage that I get. Athens to me has been the best broker. I used to trade Osprey. Osprey was really pretty good too, but I had a lot of people tell me that they're not letting people withdraw for a while, so I stopped. Okay, found Athens, and I really like Athens. I have no issues with them whatsoever yet. I have not had any client, not any of my actual clients reach out to me and say, hey, Athens is not, they're not giving my money or this or that, like I did with Osprey. Okay. None of my actual Clarity Forex clients, none of, my Signal clients, none of them reached out to me yet and have said that Athens has fucked them in any way. Not yet. If that happens, then of course I will find another broker because I don't play that shit. Like I said, Osprey kind of started some fishy stuff happen with them. But I recommend Athens right now, as of right now. If you want to go regulated, then maybe you could do Owanda. I used to use Owanda actually, and that shit was just can't make as much money. Okay. At a 1 to 1, I would not put my stop loss to break even. No, because we're trying to get a 1 to 3 at minimum. Realistically, I wouldn't even really want to move my stop loss unless we're at like a 1 to 4. Then I might move it to a 1 to 2. And then once we're at like a 1 to 6, I'll move it to like a 1 to 4. Once we're at a 1 to 8, I'll move it to a 1 to 6, maybe every like 2. But I definitely don't recommend that you put your stops to break even at a 1 to 1 because it can still hit that break even and then shoot down, which it does a lot. I'm going to show you guys actually an example of that right now because that's actually what happened this morning. And if you put your stops to break even, well, unfortunately, you lost. You didn't win, I should say. So here's the trade from this morning we sent out. Just to show you guys. I know not all of you guys are in this group, so I do want to show you guys. Show you guys that, obviously, first of all, people are fucking just happy. I don't know what the hell that is. for the signals. As you guys see, we had a sell entry. Another 1,000 pip day. Let's go to the day before. Yeah, I was actually got in late the day before. Still ended up getting in, re-entering, and catching 1,000 pips. So this is the day before. Where is it? Oh, right here. Oh, right there. Sorry, take 5 before. So I didn't put 1,000 pips for some reason. So that's the day before. Boom. The day before that, 1,000 pips, which would have been the start of the week. Nope. 1,000 pips. Yeah, 1,000 pips. And then 600 pips the day before that. So yeah, actually we haven't really taken a loss. Pretty crazy. But let's actually go over the trade itself. It's a pretty simple setup. Okay. Overall price is in fact bullish. This is kind of like a counter trend trade. We're actually trading a sell, even though we're in a bullish market structure. Okay. It's going to happen. What's going to happen? Volume is getting ready to pick up. I like the break of this trend line. It's very simple. When I saw this trend line form right about here, every time I do that, I have no idea why it does that. The fuck, bro? Let's go back. Does not let me hit replay twice, so we'll just go like this. Anyways, look at the trend line, guys. It's just a simple uptrend. If this uptrend breaks and breaks below what I would kind of say is that previous high, right up in this area, well, then I'm going to take a sell position. Realistically, market structure is going to switch in this area. So this price came down here and we had this bearish candle. I took my sell position. I want to reiterate to you guys that I'm not waiting for price to break this wick. It's not the wick that matters. It's the body that matters. So if we take where the top of that body is and we take where the bottom of that wick is, let's just take the median. Let's just say we take the median. Well, then we'd be looking right about here. So as price hits that zone that I marked, I'm getting in the sell position. It's exactly what I did. I'm not waiting for it to break these wicks. I talked about it last night. There's no reason to wait for it to break the wicks. That's just one reason to sell, right? That we actually came down below, turned into a bearish market structure. But the biggest thing is we're in this major uptrend that is now breaking, which stands for a breakout trade. Okay, we took our sell position. And just to show you guys an example of what happens if you move your stops to break even too early, I just knew it. How did I? Oh shit. If you make pretty much move your stop loss to break even too early, just because you're up 250 pips, look what will happen. Get taken out, and then price still falls just majorly. That's why I try to tell you guys, do not put your stops to break even too early. Be careful with how you try your stop loss. Okay. We're going to live trade. Like I said, I want to live trade with you guys on Thursday. And we're going to go over how it feels, all the mental stuff, things like that. Okay. But again, it's very simple. We trade so simple. You guys showed you guys this trade already. But yeah, very simple. Just breakouts. Trend line breaks. Right? There's trend line breaks. We have support. Support breaks, trend line breaks together. Look at this. I mean, tell me this does not, and I mean, does not look so similar to each other. Look at the trade from yesterday. And then look at today's trade. We had a push to the upside, a break past that. Look at this area here. We're breaking past that. Same thing here. We're breaking past that. Guys, it's the same shit every single day. Literally. It's the same shit every single day. Why didn't I take a buy when it broke the resistance on today's trade? That would have been right here. So if I would have bought here, took in this long position on the way out, we could have kind of totaled like 460 pips. The main reason I didn't take this trade, well, we have a lot of buildup over in this area for one, as well as it was still very early. There was not very much volume at all. And I just wasn't comfortable taking the trade yet. I wanted to wait until we got closer to the opening of New York session. So I just didn't take that buy. There's times where I'll take that buy. I'll definitely take that buy. And I'll catch, I'll probably break even right around here. So I'll catch 200 pips, but then I'll take the sell right after. Same thing. Can this strategy work on a 4-hour chart? Jesus. A lot of trading, huh? Let's just say, for example, yeah, I mean, it could. I don't really see why not, but I don't know if I would. I don't know. I don't know. They might. I don't. I'm not even gonna test it, but it possibly could. 5-minute chart's better. A lot of people look at the 4-hour. So when you look at a chart that's like the 4-hour, the 1 hour that's super highly manipulated, then it becomes a little bit more risky. You might not catch as many wins on a higher time frame that everybody's looking at. Okay. Again, I want to know what you guys have. Any questions you guys have, stuff like that. Again, we are going to be live trading on Thursday. It's going to be the biggest stream of the entire week. You guys are going to get to pretty much see everything, man. Literally everything live. It's going to be as real as it gets. So look forward to that. Okay, I've really talked a lot. I've talked about, what exactly you look at. Okay, it's a very simple strategy. Now I want to show you guys pretty much it live to kind of get into your guys' heads what it's like to trade for this strategy. Thursday during New York session, 6:30 a.m. Pacific time, 9:30 Central. How to know if the volume is going to kick in? It's going to be market open. So like during London session at 6:30 a.m. Pacific time, 9:30 Eastern, every single time volume picks up hard. It's very rare for there to be no volume on the open. Is it possible? Of course. But that's when volume is going to pick up. Other than that, there's no true way to check for volume or test volume. What's your biggest psychology? What's your biggest psychology lesson you personally had to learn to master this strategy? I think the biggest psychology lesson for anybody with this strategy is going to be holding those trades and not closing out at a 1-to-1 or putting your stop loss to break even too early. That's the biggest thing because that's a psychological thing. It's your brain telling you close this trade or move your stop loss now just in case it doesn't work out. So the biggest thing is just be patient. Try to get those 500, 600, 700 pip moves at worst, but really aim for those 1,000 pip moves. Take 4 losses in a row. You're down 1,000 pips. You only need 1 win to catch back up. So always just try to hold it. Just try to hold it as long as you can. Yeah, 1 minute and 5 minutes is the main time frames. GU during London session. I used to trade. I used to trade GU a little bit, and I was okay at it. It was pretty good. I sent signals with it for a little bit. We got a lot of wins on it, but I definitely recommend GJ for sure. Tonight, I'm trying to catch a 1-to-3 on GJ. Yeah, me too. GJ, I mean, I've been killing NASDAQ. Don't get me wrong. I've been fucking NASDAQ, making thousands of dollars. But GJ has been a little sloppy. I'm not where I want to be with GJ in any way. But yeah. Yeah. Someone said, are we doing NASDAQ next month? To be honest with you guys. I don't know. I might take a break. I might take a break. I might not. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I do it again? We're fucking killing it, making a shit ton of money, but changing some lives. But it's like, it's tiring. Everybody's saying to it. Somebody said up the price for sure. I keep it cheap. I always keep everything cheap. I'm the cheapest in the game. Cheapest and help the most people change the most lives for the cheapest, because that's what you do when you really trade and you really fucking help people. When do I plan on doing an in-person class? I want to do one. I definitely want to do one. I think it'd be a lot of fun. I'm just not the best at teaching. Like, I'm definitely, out of everybody in the industry that I've seen teach, I feel like I'm definitely the worst in the sense of talking. I mix my word, not mix my words, but sometimes I'll slur my words, or I'll kind of stutter a little bit, or I'll kind of forget what I was saying. Now, when it comes to who's the best trader in the industry, hands down, I'm the best in the fucking world. I don't think anybody's as good as me. I've met one guy who can really fucking trade, and and this motherfucker be hitting 1-40s, 1-50s, like just every fucking day. I don't know what he does. He does like some really crazy like equation shit, and he's really fucking good. But he's not a big name trader. But he's better than me, that's for sure. But nobody else. Nobody else. Someone said Astro FX or QBanks. I don't know any of them. I don't know either of them. I mean, I really don't. Talk to QBanks a couple times. But not like on no serious level or nothing. I don't really know any of them. Someone said too arrogant. Who's too arrogant? QBanks? Yeah. Yeah, I'm to myself. Very to myself, man. I got a big family. Me and my wife, and we have 6 kids together between us, like 6 kids. Well, we don't fuck with like nobody in real life. We have like, when I say zero friends, it's just me and her. That's it. Fuck with nobody. Don't trust nobody. And when you get there and you make it big, you'll see. You'll see what I'm saying. You and Drew about to be on TV, mama. Trust me. I fuck with that. I don't know if you're the one who said that or who reached out to me. Yeah, I fuck with that. Being on TV would be dope. Me and my wife always talk about it. And if it doesn't work out with Drew Banks and the whole VHS company or whatever, or channel, then we're for sure going to, submit a sizzle reel to Hulu, stuff like that, for a little channel. I mean, come on. I'm a millionaire. Got 6 kids. I'm young as fuck. My wife is hot. There's a lot of drama, a lot of stuff you could do on TV. Someone keeps saying, who's my mentor? I never had a mentor my whole life. I have people I look up to in the industry for being Forex traders, but nobody that I learned from and actually made money from. Not in any fucking way. Not one person. And I bought a few courses when I was really, really coming up at 16 years old, young. None of them helped me in any fucking way. Literally not one. What's the fastest car, or the fastest I've driven? Not fast. I don't like to like take off. I think I've gone like 130 before, but I was really young and it wasn't even a crazy car. I think it was the i8. Someone said, what about Lambo Raul? I don't fuck with nobody. I'm not cool with nobody. I'm not cool with anybody, but I'm just not cool with nobody. I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm just trying to make millions and millions for me and my family. I don't give a fuck what anybody else is doing. Don't trade. It don't nothing. I'm gonna just keep answering questions before we get off. Yeah, ask any questions for real. I'll answer any questions you guys have. When am I gonna put NASDAQ in the clarity room? See, that's tough. That's tough. And I'll be real with you guys. Right now, I'm doing it through Stripe. Right? I'm getting paid through Stripe for that. Stripe only takes like 5%. So I'm making so much more money off of Stripe and Discord than if I put it in the App Store where they take 30% of all profits. Everything I make, they'll take 30%. 30%, 25%. What would I rather do? I'd probably rather stick to Discord. Plus less problems. Notifications are instant. It's just been better. How many years for me to really break through? So I started at 16 years old trading. Okay. Yes, it's not legal to trade at 16, but I did it. I don't really give a shit. So at 16 years old, I started trading and I was losing anyways, just giving everybody money. And I would say for me to become profitable and actually make good money, it took about, I'll say 2 years, about 2.5 years. About 18 and a half, I'd say, when I started really actually making money. It wasn't a lot, 5, 10K a month, 15K a month on a great month. Not with the breakout strategy, but it worked. I was making decent money. By the time I was 19, I already started launching a course, teaching people. And that made me a lot of money. I made a lot of money because it was during COVID. People was all fucked up. So they was trying to make money. So they was buying the course, which made me even more money. And then I really just took a lot of that money that I made from teaching and I put it into an account and I traded even more. And I just kept compounding and making a shit ton of money. Then I was making money off being a teacher plus trading. Together, it was massive. And I just grew like crazy from 19 to 22, which I am now. I made stupid amounts of fucking money from both. I'm not ashamed to say I made money from both. Do I pay taxes? Fuck yeah. I always pay taxes. I don't avoid taxes in any way. I've not been audited yet, but we'll see what happens because I did write off a lot of my cars, which come to find out my tax guy says this could be audible reason. I said, bro, then don't fucking, like, he didn't tell me. He just started writing shit off and whatever. But I would rather pay taxes than get audited and have to go through it later. I'd rather just pay taxes, but I pay all my taxes. It's a decent amount. It's about like 30%, I think, or something like that, which I'm in the highest tax bracket possible. So I thought it was more, but I paid 30%. And that's after, remember, 30% for you guys that want to know about taxes is 30% after expenses and write-offs. So let's say my first year I made, give or take, $2 million. My first real year of making money. I made $2 million. After expenses, cars, car wraps, office supplies, office, dinners for fucking meetings, whatever the case may be, gas for your work cars or the cars I use to promote. Okay, after all that, that 2 million is now $1 million. I spent about $1 million in random shit to help my business grow. You're gonna pay 30% on that $1 million, which is now $300,000. So made 2 million, paid 300K in taxes because I had so much expenses. That's how the scenario will go all the time. You don't pay 30% of what you made. It's what you kept after expenses that are right offable. Do I hold profits in the brokerage account or withdraw it right away? I'll make a lot when I make a lot of money for the month or whatever the case may be. There's times where I'll leave it in there because I don't want to pay taxes on it. And you don't got to pay taxes on it until it hits your bank account because it's not money that you made until it hits your bank account. So for you guys that make a lot of money when it comes to trading coming up, when you guys start to trade good, which I know you will, and let's say you run up 10K into 100K, unless it hits your bank account, you did not make 100K. You don't got to pay taxes on it. You withdraw 50K into your bank account from Coinbase, but now you got to pay your 30% or whatever the percentage may be, depending on what bracket you're in, how much you made, how much you lost. Now, okay, there's ways. People always ask me too, like, do you got to get an LLC or an S corp? There's no, why the fuck would you get an LLC or an S corp as a trader, that's not a business. You're personally trading. You're not trading for a business. So you can't just go get an LLC and run it towards Coinbase. If you do stuff like that, well, then now you're not being honest with the IRS. You get in trouble for that, because now you're saying I got an LLC. This is actually money for this business that I run, but you can't say it's a trading business because that's not how it works. Trading is personal. So what people will do is they'll start an LLC and they'll get profits from Coinbase and say, well, that's how I get paid. I get paid through Coinbase. Okay, I'm an affiliate for this group, or maybe I have a fucking car washing business and people pay me through crypto, and that's how I got to 60K. Well, now you're gonna actually pay a lot fucking less in taxes, but you don't want to get caught doing stuff like that, the IRS, because you just get in trouble for shit like that. You're evading taxes. So just be honest. Just pay your taxes. If you're making a shit ton trading, just pay them. Don't get caught behind, because you don't want to, go 2-3 years without paying them, and then you got to pay them 3 years from now, and that shit got bigger. You're going to be in a bad position. So you got to pay your taxes. Okay, pay your taxes, and do not get no LLC talking about it's not trading profits, because you get caught. You can get caught, because if they investigate and you have no proof that you're a car washing business, then you're fucked. Okay, someone said look at CAD JPY, but I don't really see anything on it. I wouldn't trade it right now anyways. How do you pay taxes? You gotta get a tax attorney. Not even a tax attorney. What are they called? CPA, I guess. Just get a tax professional to look through your bank statements, run your numbers, and that's it. They're gonna tell you what you owe. Just pay it. They'll go through what you gotta kind of. This is a write-off. This is a car I bought to help me with trading. I mean, you can't really say help you with trading, but maybe how can you can word it in ways like, okay, I have an office building. I needed a car to get there. You can now write off that car, not 100%, but you can probably write off 40% of that car, maybe even more, 60% of that car, because that car is getting you to your office where you trade at. Your computer, your phone bill, your house, it's all tax write-offs. And let me explain something to you. You can write off your house. Whether you rent, you pay, it doesn't matter. You can write it off. This house right here is 7,000 square feet. And I write off 3,500 square feet of it. I write off. So if this house's mortgage is 20 grand a month for me and I write off 1/3 of it, well, then I got maybe $7,000 written off every month just from this house, because that's the size of my office / where I record, which is for YouTube. And I make money through, teaching people, which I can gain from YouTube. So it's the same thing. Plus I trade in here. This is where I trade. So it's actually a write-off towards trading. But yeah, it gets complicated. You guys, the best thing is, man, if you have questions, get a tax professional. They can help you, because that's what they do. They're professionals at taxes. But yeah, you can write everything off, man. Everything. You could write your wife off too. Your kid. The funny thing is if you got kids, you guys think I'd be having 6 kids just to have them. They're tax write-offs. That's why I keep having kids. I'm at 6 tax write-offs right now. Think about it. By 2026, I'm gonna have like 10 tax write-offs. And it helps. Kids actually help though. So if you got kids, make sure your baby mama doesn't write them off. You got to write them off. And when I said write them off, you ain't got, like, they're not a write-off, but claim them motherfuckers, because it helps a lot. Trust me. It helps a lot. But all right, guys, I appreciate you guys, man. Like I said, we'll be back on tomorrow around 7. But the big thing is going to be Thursday morning and probably Friday morning as well. We're going to have back-to-back live trading sessions. We're going to be trading NASDAQ live, sending signals live, just like I always do. But you guys will be there with me while I take those trades. We see how much we make, see how much we lose, whatever the case may be. But again, if we lose, we lose. It's all part of the game. Maybe you guys are better off seeing a loss, because now you guys can see what it's like when you lose and how I handle those losses. All right. Bitcoin ATM, nah, because they take your social. You have to give them your social to use Bitcoin ATM. So you can't really evade it that way. But all right, guys, love you guys. Peace. See you.